Exercise 3, sign numbers. Absolute value. The absolute value of a number is its value without any sign, or the distance the number is from 0 on the number line. Absolute value of 6. This is asking the question, how many units does 6 lie away from 0 on the number line? Absolute value of 6, it lies 6 units away from 0. You can also think of absolute value as simply washing away the sign, so it doesn't matter if the number started out positive, negative. It's the value without a sign. Absolute value is just 6. Absolute value of -9. How many units does -9 lie away from 0 on the number line? -9 is 9 units to the left of 0, so it's 9 units away, or again, the absolute value sign simply takes away the negative sign, making the value 9. When we're dealing with operations involving absolute value, the absolute value symbols, the two lines on each side of the number, act the same way as parentheses do. So in our order of operations, we have to do anything inside absolute values first before we worry about doing anything else. Parentheses, remember, comes first in the order of operations. So we take the absolute value of -4, which is 4, plus the absolute value of 7 is 7, and 4 plus 7 equals 11. Addition and subtraction of negative numbers. One rule that I want you to follow, you're going to have your calculators that you can plug all of this stuff into, but I want you to rewrite expressions first. A lot of errors are made plugging things into calculators because you make mistakes with signs, especially when you have this situation. Never use two signs back to back to describe an operation. In other words, don't write things as plus a negative this or minus a negative that. You should never have two signs back to back to describe a single operation. So the first thing we're going to do in these examples is we're going to rewrite them with just one sign describing the operation. 10 plus a -5. 10 plus a -5, this plus and the negative, a lot of errors are going to be made plugging things into the calculator because of that addition and negative sign. 10 plus a negative. Anytime these two signs that are written back to back are opposite signs, one positive, one negative, that always just indicates subtraction. So this is the same thing as 10 minus 5. Plug that into your calculator, check, even if you know or think you know arithmetic-wise what 10 minus 5 is, take the time to plug it into your calculator. Don't miss problems because you make arithmetic errors anymore. 13 minus a -6, when the two signs written back to back are the same, whether it's plus a positive or minus a negative, that simply means addition. Same signs mean addition, different signs mean subtraction. So this is the same thing as 13 plus 6. 13 plus 6 is 19. -4 plus a -8. Two signs back to back, this time plus a negative. Remember, two signs that are different means subtraction, so we have -4 minus 8. Plug that into your calculator just like you see it. -4 minus 8 is -12. -3 minus a -9. Two signs back to back, this time are the same, minus a negative. Two signs that are the same become addition, so that's -3 plus 9, which is 6. Let's look at these last two very quickly on the calculator. First one, when we rewrote it, was -4. What you need to be careful of on the graphing calculator is make sure if it is a negative sign that you are using the negative key, which is down here next to your decimal point. So we have -4 minus 8. Plug it in just like we see it, and there's our solution of -12. Second one, we rewrote -3 plus 9. -3 plus 9, and we get +6. If you try using the subtraction symbol over here on the side, okay, you are going to get an error when you plug it into the calculator. So it's important that you're using the negative key when you're talking about a negative sign. Multiplying and dividing negative numbers. Rule-wise, you're going to have your calculators to plug these in, so it's not important necessarily that you memorize these. But a lot of times if you plug something into your calculator wrong, these are quick checks to at least make sure your answer makes sense. If the signs are the same, the product or quotient is positive. So whether we're multiplying or dividing, if the signs of the numbers are the same and the two numbers we're multiplying, then we always get a positive solution. If the signs are different, the product or quotient is always negative. So we're multiplying or dividing two numbers, the signs are different, the solution is negative. -4 times -6. If we look at this on the calculator, plug it in just like you see it. -4, you can use parentheses here, times -6 equals, and we get +24. We get a positive value. We're taking two negative numbers times each other, so we know that answer at least makes sense as far as the sign. 5 times -3, plug that into your calculator just like you see it. 5 times -3 is -15. -26 divided by 2, plug that in just like you see it. -26 divided by 2. We get -13. Last one, -16 divided by -4. We know right away that we should get a positive solution here because the signs are the same. -16 divided